Hey everybody, happy Saturday. Today I have one of my MBK orders that came in and I'm excited to do some unwrapping, unboxings, and some first impressions for some of these fragrances. I'm excited to see what sample we got. You know, that's like one of my favorite parts. And yeah, I'm excited to get into everything. So let's get started. First, I have to tell you about my scent of the day. So in this unnamed, unmarked bottle, I have the dupe fragrance Marine Mist, which is their version of House of Beau Lamar, mixed with some perfumer's alcohol. So I kind of essentially made my own extrait parfum, I don't know. A little bit of a higher concentration of oil and some perfumer's alcohol. So I've basically been wearing Lamar with Heaven Sent by Shannon's Vanilla Bean Noel. And I realized my Vanilla Bean Noel has added floof. So yeah, very yummy. This is one of my favorites, and I think I'm almost done with it. As you can see, I just have that little bit left, but that's been my scent combo. I kind of added just some creamy vanilla base to the airy marine mist, beach, ocean spray type of scent, and it was really good, and I really love wearing that to work. I feel like it goes really well in a work environment. So yeah, that's been my scent of the day. Okay guys, let's see what the fragrance sample is. I just got my box open. I pretty much mangled it, so I won't show that. But let's see what sample we got. It is, ooh, okay, it's a body oil. That's what I can see right now. And the sample is, ooh, wait, actually, that might not be what I think it is. Double the vanilla nourishing oil, which I love. I love double the vanilla, so I'm excited to have a little sample trial size. So even though I already have it, very excited because it's one of my favorite vanillas that they have. Okay, so I kind of laid out my little haul here, and one of the main ones I've been excited to smell, and I have been hearing all about this, is Kiss My Waffle Cone. So let's see. So Kiss My Waffle Cone is 3 MBK scents mixed together. So fluffy marshmallow, spun sugar, sweetness, and creamy vanilla waffle cone all swirled together. So it's a mix of marshmallow moment, sugar kiss, and boardwalk waffle cone. And as much as I wanted to, I have not smelt boardwalk waffle cone. I really just want to, and for some reason, there's always these new things that come out, and I'm like, oh yeah, I really want to try those instead. So it kind of just keeps getting put on the back burner of my to try list. And I just saw this opportunity and was like, okay, this is perfect. So the top notes are cotton candy, vanilla ice cream, marshmallow accord. Middle notes are spun sugar, sugar icing, and warm pastry. The base is waffle cone, pure vanilla, and tonka and soft musk. Okay, out of this, I think I'm really getting the sugar icing. And then maybe the tonka is giving a little bit of depth. And then I'm getting that kind of somewhat fruity, playful cotton candy that MBK does. Ooh, okay. And this, to me, isn't very heavy on the... Sorry, I'm like looking outside. It looks like it's gonna rain because I feel like it just got dark all of a sudden. It's only like 4 in the afternoon, and I was like, why does it feel like it's getting so dark? But it looks like it's about to rain, so that's where I've been looking. But I feel like with some waffle cone / pastry type fragrances, a lot of times I feel the buttery pastry note or waffly note can be too strong. And I feel like this one is really good. I'm really getting, I want to say the sugar icing with this. And then maybe it's the tonka and the pastry note and the, I guess, waffle cone that just kind of like give it a little bit of bready, sugary warmth, but it's not overpowering. I don't feel like the waffle cone is like what's taking over. This is really pleasant. And okay, I also should mention, I'm sorry, I'm very excited. You know, once I start getting into my haul, I'm very excited. But this just came out of the mailbox. So I will also need to give these things some time to develop a little bit. But this is really very, very pretty. It's not too heavy. So if you're worried about that maybe going into this, I don't think you would be unhappy with this fragrance. I really like this. I wasn't sure how I was going to feel about it, even though it seemed like it was going to be okay. With a waffle cone note, I was a little nervous. But that smells really good. A few things I'm really excited about in this haul is the black raspberry marshmallow in Body Care. I have this in a 15 ml and I've already ordered a 30 ml in another order because the Body Care ironically came out but the fragrance wasn't available. But I'm stoked because they put it out in the veloute, if that's how you say it. So this one is like that kind of richer body cream. Oh, it smells so good. And there are two versions of the fragrance notes that kind of circulate around on the website. I think before there was one that was accidentally showing the same notes as Garden Gala. Not the same. But the updated notes are fluffy marshmallow, black raspberry nectar, and dark berry drizzle. The middle notes are red raspberry swirl, citrus zest, and velvet vanilla cream. And the base notes are sugared amber, creamy woods, and soft musk. And this one, I love. Okay, I feel like that black raspberry nectar, and I think the red raspberry swirl and the velvet vanilla cream is really what I'm getting. Because I feel like there's that tart juiciness, but it's almost like you can imagine it being swirled with vanilla. Kind of like how, I guess, those cream saver candies are kind of like a depiction of what I'm kind of talking about, where there's that kind of like fruitiness to it, but then it swirls in with vanilla. Like visually and taste-wise, you can taste those flavors. But with this, it's kind of that same thing. Like you kind of get that richness and juicy tartness, like almost mouth-watering, of like black raspberry, and kind of deeper colored berries you can imagine. And then it's just softened by the vanilla cream and the marshmallow. And I think the notes, like the base notes of amber and woods and soft musk, I think those really just kind of ground it. I don't feel like they're extra prominent because to me this is more like fruity, and I won't say clean, but there's like a freshness to it that makes it feel presentable to wear, like to work or on like a kind of bright day. It seems as though it would be really rich and gourmand, but I feel like it's very not fresh leaning in the sense of clean, but kind of like how I just described. Oh, but anyway, I am so excited to have this in Body Care. And I think I also ordered this in a glaze that came in a few windows later. And I want to say also maybe a sugar soap. But I really like that fragrance. And if you haven't tried it and you kind of like those fruity, creamy, leaning a little fresh, and fresh is in like bright, kind of uplifting instead of rich gourmand fruities, I think you'll really like that because yeah, that's why I love it. And I'm a fruity girl. I love my fruity fragrances. Fresh, floral, fruity. Those are some of my favorites. So yeah, from a fruity lover, I think I would recommend. Okay, next in my Body Care fragrance duos that I got, because I think I got a couple of those. The Kiss My Marshmallow, Black Raspberry Marshmallow, and then my Perfectly Posh is the other fragrance that I'm trying for the first time. And it has notes of whipped cream and fluffy marshmallows, mid notes of Tahitian vanilla, vanilla orchid, and heliotrope, and base notes of Peru balsam, benzoin, and tonka bean. So of all the notes in there, I was really excited by Tahitian vanilla, vanilla orchid, and heliotrope. And I was also very excited in a weird way about Peru balsam because I feel like it has this tartness. That's not the right word. I don't really know how to describe Peru balsam. It's kind of, to me, kind of earthy, but in a way that gives like, it can give some roundness and depth to a fragrance. I only have a handful of fragrances with that in there, but so that's not really like my specialty in describing. So sorry about that. But okay, let's give it a smell. I know this is really weird, and I think this one definitely needs time to sit, but something about it when it first sprays, I feel bad saying this. Okay. Do you see how the light just came back in? The clouds have passed and you can see just like it all coming back in. Now my shadows are all weird. And like I said, I think this is because it still needs some time to settle together. So I'm not going to judge it too hard. But something about this smells like when you first apply a coat of paint to the wall. there's something like, it almost smells cold. And like, I won't even say chemically. That's not that it. Something about this reminds me of like, I don't know. Maybe it's the balsam. I don't know. Maybe there's something to do with that and like something. I don't know. But this is what it smells like to me right now. I feel like it needs time to kind of come back together because I can see the underlying nature of it, and I think it just needs time to shine. But that's just weird. That's just what I'm smelling right now, and I was just like, why does that remind me of something? Okay, because even as it dries down, it's like I can see where it's trying to go, and I think it just needs some time to rest. It's a little tired. It's been in transit in the mail for about 10 days now. As I mentioned almost in every video, I live in Hawaii, and every time I order these things, especially if it's not like a small order, it goes over a cargo ship, and then it's just sitting in the box in the hot shipping container for like 10 days. I don't know what it is, about 9 or 10 days on the dot. That's when my order will arrive here. So it's been in there a while, and it needs some time to rest. But I can see where it's going, so I have some faith. The next one I'm really excited for because Erin said that this one is like a really good projector and it looks really juicy and really fruity, so I was really excited about it. This one is called In the Sun Forever, and the imagery, first of all, just look how juicy and lush and gorgeous this looks. So the description, I kind of want to read like the vibe this is going for. So it says, it feels like the kind of happiness, it's been a long week, okay? I'm sorry, I've messed up like 5,000 words already. It feels like the kind of happiness you wish you could bottle forever. Warm skin, bright fruit, soft flowers, and that golden little feeling of standing in the sun with nowhere else to be. It opens with dewy raspberry, Mara strawberry, sparkling cherry seltzer. Ooh, I didn't realize it was like a seltzer sparkling kind of thing. Sweet cantaloupe, and a fluffy cotton candy sweetness that feels playful, juicy, and instantly uplifting. As it settles, violet milk, watery rose, hibiscus flower, apple leaves, dreamy moonflower, and fresh coconut melt into sweet cream, vanilla bean, caramelized vanilla, ambrette seed, and sugared amber. It's creamy, feminine, sunlit, and happy in the prettiest way. So I'm very excited. I have the notes pulled up here, and I'm also getting them ready so I can put them up here somewhere and have them visible while I'm reading. So let's smell this. I'm so excited. I'm always down for like a new fruity floral fragrance that feels perfect for summer because I live in essentially an eternal summer. So this is great. Whoa. What is it I'm smelling? I'm definitely getting a little bit of the watery rose for sure. And then I'm smelling, wow. It's really, okay, sorry. Before I get ahead of myself, I have to say, it's like you can almost smell this and imagine that all these fruity things and like floral notes you're smelling almost inside of like a, not inside water, but like, it's like I can visualize this in a juicy, fruity cocktail almost. Wow, that is so crazy. That is beautiful, by the way. Okay, first, amazing. I'll start that off there. But I'm definitely, what I first pick up is rose, but I feel like the rose is giving a fruity undertone, and I feel like it's like merging with the strawberry. And the cherry is like amplifying it with the juiciness, because you know how cherries can be tart and a little juicy and tart at the same time. So I feel like the cherry is kind of supporting that almost rosy strawberry scent. Oh my gosh, I love this. I always feel like my nose is whistling. I'm sorry. I know I've already mentioned that I get a lot of allergies when I start smelling a lot of fragrances, and I just feel like my nose is whistling. This week, okay, I feel like has been a mess, and I am so excited that this week is about to be over. Well, I'm filming this on Friday. I'm probably going to post this on Saturday, so by then the week is essentially over, and it's the weekend now, but I've had my son's birthday on Monday. He just turned 5. I had his doctor's appointment today, right before he goes to school. Tomorrow I'm gonna have to go school shopping for him, get all his supplies. And it's just been a lot, and a lot is happening at work. And like I've kind of mentioned before, I think we're down one person right now. So it's been a lot more work with less people. And I'm just going through it, man. Thankfully, not in a bad way, just busy. So sorry if I'm just all over the place, but back to this fragrance. I think this is a really juicy and fruity, and I can smell all this almost encompassed in a watery, I won't say a watery bubble, but it's not aquatic per se, but you can smell the lightness and the beachiness of it. Even though it doesn't smell like a typical beachy fragrance, you can see how this would fit perfectly in that element. Oh, this is really pretty. Man, I always love what Erin comes up with. I feel like she has just a really creative thought process and scent creator, but she's just so good at creating these original fragrances. Okay, this last fragrance, well, not last fragrance, but last before I show you guys some of my custom mix-ins, kind of custom creations, is from the vault, and this is Southern Peach Tea. See, I can already smell the tea note, like green tea. Interesting. Yeah, green tea. Oh, wow, that's crazy. That's very accurate. I forgot that that was in there, and I was like, I can smell it, and it was in there. Good sniffer. No, I'm just kidding. But anyway, Southern Peach Tea has, I have my little napkin here because when things sit in a hot container for a while, they tend to expand and try and make a mess. So this fragrance has top notes of peach and green. I don't know if it meant green tea or green notes or green leaves. It has jasmine, sweet florals, apricot, and it has spun sugar, green tea, and orange blossom. Oh. I know I haven't said anything besides the notes, and I'm just saying, oh. Okay, what hit me first was the lightness of green tea, not heavy, intense, suffocating green tea, almost like getting wafts of green tea, like steeping in a cup, not hot, but just that type of green tea, right? Next, I almost smell maybe the green notes coming through, because it's almost like, hear me out, and not in a bad way, and it was fleeting. I almost smell like cut grass. And now I'm getting, I want to say this might be the jasmine or the tartness slash skin of the peach slash apricot type of smell, where it's like, it's fruity, but it's tart and like the peach skin. And then the kind of greenness slash sweet floralness of jasmine without being too intense. Like, I wouldn't tell you distinctly if I was just smelling this without knowing. I wouldn't be like, that's jasmine for sure. What I really get the most is green tea, and not heavy, just kind of light and airy. And then I think those green notes is really what I'm getting. This is really pretty. I feel like this would be probably really nice if you're wearing this outside, maybe like in a place where you're going to be like outside for a while, your skin's going to kind of warm up. And I feel like this would really transform really well. I think I might need some time to, oh, I just stuck that up my nose. I think I might need some time to kind of sit with that one for a while. I know you're going to say, well, why did you get this one? I'm not really a fan of tea, drinking it, smelling it. I guess it depends. Smelling it sometimes, but drinking it especially. But all the notes looked like it would complement each other really well. And I still think it does, but I think it would take a while for me to warm up to it because I can really smell a green tea. So I'll have to see how that one goes. But I've been wanting to try this one. This was also on my list for a while to try in the vault, and it finally came back out. So I definitely had to give it a chance. And I don't think it was wasted. I think it was just be one that I have to come around to. So yeah, that one's pretty good. Okay, lastly, I'm going to talk about my 2 fragrances that I already like, and I decided to kind of do some mix-ins with them or some add-ins. So first I'll talk about Pêche de soy? I think I've been saying this wrong for the longest time. I think I was saying pêche de soie. Don't know. Anyway, but it's inspired by Gritty d'Or d'Avara. And to this one, I added peach and apricot. So what I was going for was, I love the creaminess and the smoothness of the marshmallow whipped cream and the white florals. But sometimes I feel like those kind of overpower everything, which I think is probably just the point of the fragrance. It's not like a heavy peach fragrance, but I wanted to add that peachiness to it and see how that kind of transforms things. So the original fragrance has honeysuckle, magnolia, peach blossom in the top, and in the mid notes, that's where the peach is, whipped cream and marshmallow, and the base is vanilla, white musk, and sandalwood. So I wanted to amp up the juiciness, and then because I know the white florals or the kind of creaminess of everything else is really strong, I wanted to use that to my advantage and then soften it like I know it will naturally do. So, oh my gosh, yes, okay, this is great. Oh my gosh, this is so perfect. This is exactly what I want it to be. The apricot and the peach, when they come together, it creates that like kind of photorealistic peach where it's like you can really smell like the peach skin. And I can already smell that kind of honeysuckle, magnolia, whipped cream combo that is naturally in this fragrance. Oh, that is so pretty. Do the little happy dance. My last brain cell is coming through. Oh my gosh, that is so good. Yay, I'm so happy because like I've had a fragrance I think before where I added the apricot note to it, or maybe it was one of my oh no, it was some of my mashups, and I felt like it was really overpowering, and it can be really tart and sometimes very sharp and until it mixes in and kind of settles down. And so I was kind of nervous about that happening, but that's kind of why I paired it with the peach to kind of use the sharpness with the juiciness to kind of create that photorealistic picture. And I feel like that definitely did that. Wow. Oh, I'm very excited about this. I might order a bigger size as the sale is out right now. Okay, very happy with that. So that was a win. And yeah, turned out really well. Sorry in advance if you can hear my son screaming in the next room. He just got in trouble. But the last fragrance that I have to talk about and the last one that I customized was Magical Lemonade Stand. And this is supposed to be like a cotton candy lemonade. And I just felt like the lemon zest kind of overpowered everything. Even though it is a nice fragrance, you know, you're hoping for more kind of that soft and sweetness. And I have 100 ml of this original one just sitting in the background, but I wanted to add peach and Yum Bougie marshmallow. So this must have been the round where they finally put peach in as an add-in because I think I went crazy and I was so excited. But yeah, I wanted to kind of amp up the juiciness, but give it a little more sweetness because I felt like even though there's notes in there to sweeten it up, it was kind of not really coming through. So Magical Lemonade Stand originally has lemon zest, pink cotton candy, strawberry, vanilla bean, soft musk, and whipped cream. So I just kind of wanted to play on that a little more and give it a little more sweetness than I feel like it needed. So let's see. It always feels like a mystery. Ooh. Oh, that's really good. Okay, see, yes, the peach is complementing the lemon, or like that lemon zest really well. Wow, their peaches that add-in is really good because now that I'm smelling it individually and I didn't add apricot to it, like in the other fragrance, I feel like I can really smell this is like a photorealistic peach. It's really good. So I definitely smell that. Ooh, and then see, I'm finally smelling the sweetness coming through. I'm getting that like pink cotton candy, vanilla bean kind of coming through. So maybe that's just, it needed something like that. Or with the strawberry note being amplified from the Yum Bougie marshmallow, maybe. Maybe it kind of needed that to bring all the sweet elements together. I feel like that's just what it needed. The lemon zest isn't too sharp. In fact, the peach I feel like is what I smell more. And I feel like that tangy sweetness is like amplified by adding maybe more strawberry with the Yumbuji marshmallow, but adding more sweetness is definitely softening it and finally bringing those notes through. So I think that turned out really, really well. Okay, that's all I had for this haul. I'm thinking in my next video I might do a combination of all my favorite custom fragrances I've made, maybe, if that sounds interesting. So let me know in the comments below if you're curious about MBK. I have a little bit of genre. I have some Heaven Sent by Shannon. I have a lot of kind of indie brand things. If you are curious about anything specific, just let me know, and yeah, I can try to make a video around that. Thanks guys, have a nice day. I hope you're staying safe and having a great day and smelling good. Bye.